Is the trail bike a dying breed?
Checking out a 15.9 kilogram e-bike.
E-bike frame sets, where the hell are they?
And technology moving forward, but is it? So big news is that Bulls have launched their 2019 range, 15.9 kilogram.
Ooh, light.
But it sounds to me like it's half an e-bike. What's your thoughts? You've got a tiny motor, tiny battery, less weight, less range.
It's very neat though, Chris. It's very neat. It's very neat. I mean, I really like how this looks like a normal mountain bike. When I say, you know, traditional trail bike, that's always attractive to anyone who's looking at a new bike, something they're familiar with. Doesn't look heavy. Obviously, it isn't heavy, but 90 kilogram limit for the rider.
God, Steve wouldn't even be able to ride that, would he?
Steve Jones of EMBN can't ride this bike.
No. So what's the point? You know, it's
well, I mean, some would say that is a point.
It is.
I mean, that is amazing though. I mean, there's 90, a lot of us out there don't come in under the 90 kilogram weight. I mean, that's fair to say, isn't it? I mean, you must be close.
Getting there, 86 kilograms. So right on the edge of that.
So it's maybe got a limited customer base.
Yeah, and definitely. And I think with the smaller battery, obviously you're not going to be going as far. Smaller motor, which isn't as powerful. So are you getting the full gains of an e-bike? In my eyes, you're missing out on some of those pluses. You know, with the weight and stability of that. The traditional, you know, 500 watt battery and the big motors, you're getting that extra weight, which works in a favour on an e-bike where we're progressing forward, but are we moving away from that traditional e-bike feel?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's harsh to say it's half an e-bike. And I do think it looks good. I really think it looks good. It's a step in the right direction in terms of aesthetics.
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely a more step towards maybe like a cross-country sort of race style e-bike rather than a big travel e-bike. So definitely forward, but maybe, don't know, different views on that. But we'd like to hear what your comments are on that bike. So be sure to check out this week Kenny Smith on his new Da Vinci AC. Amazing new bike from Da Vinci. Real good old school free ride vibe to this vid. Railing it through the turns, jumping it, backcountry, Squamish, BC. It doesn't get any better than that. Just make sure you watch to the end. Big rock rolling. Nails it all in one. Good job, Kenny. Loving your work.
Burning question this week. Chris, what's troubling you?
Basically, it is where the hell are e-bike frame sets? We're talking just frames with a shock, a motor, motor controls, and all the little e-bike essential parts, you know. Something that someone could buy with an existing pedal trail bike, swap the parts over and build themselves a custom e-bike, not by buying a bike from a catalogue that someone else has spec'd. You can build the bike you want with the parts you want to your budget. You know, you're not having to stretch yourself to £6,000–7,000 to buy that bike and then discovering you don't want those parts that are fitted.
It makes total sense, and it could open up such a big part of the market. I mean, we're thinking there's probably a really good reason for it, but whatever that reason, if they could adjust that and make it possible and have frame sets available out there, could be a lot more people riding e-bikes.
Definitely, it'd make it way more accessible, a lot more, you know, price, the price would come down, and I think we'd see a lot more people making that switch. It wouldn't be such a big jump to get those people to spend that 5–6 grand to get one. So come on, let's see it.
Time for a little bit of trivia, a bit of did you know, Chris? Ready? Ready for some information you've never heard before?
Hit me with some info.
Well, I'm gonna start it with, did you know that the first patents for e-bikes were issued in the US, wait for it, in 1890.
Christ, really?
1890, yeah. For instance, Ogden Bolton Jr., he registered a patent for an e-bike in 1895.
Is that Martyn Ogden's brother?
I think it could be. Yes, his younger brother. And in only 2 years later, 1897, the first e-bike was produced. It was designed by Hosier W. Libby of Boston. He invented an e-bike that was propelled by a double electric motor.
Double power.
Did you know that?
There you go. More e-bike essential information for you.
Brilliant.
So Mark, what's your thoughts about trail bikes becoming extinct? Do you think it's going to happen or what?
Well, this is an interesting question, actually, and it's a serious point, right? Could this happen? It comes up from David Turner, who was at a recent summit, famous in the industry.
Turner Bikes.
Guy, he had his own brand out, knows his stuff, and he is suggesting, right, that the e-bike could basically make the trail bike, the high-end trail bike, the expensive mountain bike out there, extinct.
Really?
Now, this is crazy. This is crazy. But think about it, right? And he's saying now someone would be mad to go into a shop with $6,000 upwards to spend on a mountain bike and not choose the one with the motor on it.
True, definitely.
Now, is that true? Because if that is true, Chris, that means high-end mountain bikes
come to an end.
Could be coming to an end. That was it. You said that in a very final way. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, I'm throwing the question back at you.
Yeah. Or even looking, it's so tempting. You go into these shops and you see these bikes, $6, $8 grand, or even less. Some of the cheaper bikes, e-bikes are becoming more and more affordable. And I would be seriously considering, if you're looking at a bike, if it hasn't got a motor in it, then is it worth that extra money, than the one without, a motor?
It's tricky, isn't it? But I mean, there are downsides to an e-bike, right? And I feel bad saying that, on eMTB, EMBN. But I mean, you've got to take in.
A lot of good parts.
Obviously, there's all the benefits, but you have got your range to consider.
Yeah.
Now, if you were buying a normal mountain bike, you haven't got to consider range at all. Yeah. There's the weight. There's a big difference in the weight, even though we're going to talk about that a bit more in the show. Yeah. That's coming down. The price obviously is a bit of a barrier, but we're talking about high-end mountain bikes here, so there's a comparison.
Yeah. But I'm seeing definitely a lot more love when I'm out on the trails. I'm seeing a lot more e-bikes out there. I was actually Forest of Dean, and I reckon that was a 50-50 split of e-bikes and normal bikes. So the wave is certainly breaking. And
so are we talking about a time where you could go to the trails and you could say, "Oh look, a mountain bike"? I mean, is that going to happen?
Possibly, yeah. I think
Wow.
I can certainly see if I'm looking in my crystal ball for 5 years' time, I could see that happening. For sure.
5 years' time, you think the mountain bike is extinct?
I think no, not extinct. I would see the e-bike overriding the normal bike.
Go on, give me a percentage. 5 years' time, you're at the trail.
Definitely, I reckon 80% will be e-bikes.
I reckon they're toast. I reckon they're done.
They're done.
E-bikes are taking over. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Are e-bikes about to turn the old mountain bike into a bit of a
hang them up on the wall, I can put them in the back of the shed. They'd be worth something in a few years.
You sound like my dad.
So in the comments this week, we've had a lot of feedback about kids on e-bikes. We've had a really interesting one from Steve and Gad saying he's definitely against getting those kids on e-bikes. He introduced his daughter to bikes, struggled on her older sister's bike round the garden with gears. Week later, she was on it, riding it competently. She says it's a simple case of determination, muscle building and confidence. Why would I give my daughter the easy way out on an e-bike? And with the obesity issues we're facing, children, should we be encouraging e-bikes or not?
I think Stephen's taking it down a route that's not quite accurate because, I mean, those bikes we were talking about last week, they were balance bikes with an e-motor and a throttle. They were very cool, but they're not a traditional e-bike in the sense that we're talking about them.
I think balance bikes for kids, up to sort of 4 or 5, but I'm talking, 8 to sort of 12, that is a good sort of age, I would think, to get your kid on that e-bike, really opening up those doors of where you can go, where you can explore and captivating that interest in bikes in general. I think, there's a few kids that'll get to there and be like, oh, I don't like it, it's pretty hard. And they go off on other sports. But with an e-bike, I think it would definitely give them that, sort of kick up the arse, get them out into the woods and explore, make new friends, go new places. That's what it's about being a kid, right? Absolutely. And to back that up, Troy Thomas was saying, would like to buy my son an e-bike one day because he sees me on mine and he's always asking if he can have one. He hasn't seen many kids out on pedal assist e-bikes, but he's saying why not? This is the generation of tablets, TV technology, and kids sat in front of screens. Get them out on e-bikes. Could you imagine if your dad had an e-bike and you didn't, and they was dragging you around? I think definitely. Well, I tell you what, look at this little link actually. This dad, he's got an e-bike and he's not letting his son miss out on the action at all. Well, that was pretty impressive. Unreal. You're never gonna, see that done on a normal bike. I actually saw some comments hating against it. Oh my God, it's an e-bike, and it'd be more impressive if it wasn't on an e-bike. Would you fancy doing that on a normal bike? Is it even possible? You couldn't do that on a normal. I mean, maybe on a normal bike you could ride up it like that if you had the momentum at the bottom. Yeah. And you carried it through, but not towing your son. And repeat, was it 6, 8 sets of stairs? It was pretty huge. You'd struggle, as you say, just doing that solo. So yeah. definitely pretty impressive. And getting that kid in, you know, in on the action. That guy I've seen doing wall rides and stuff with that kid on that tag along as well. So check him out. He's
unreal.
So it's time for Ghetto Tech. This week we've got this sent in from Andre Regini.
Right.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Whoa! Oh my goodness.
Of that lever.
Well, he's out on the tray, snapped a lever. What are you going to do? What has he used? A tyre lever there?
It's like a tyre lever.
Turn it into a brake lever.
6 tie wraps.
There's 1, 2, yeah.
4.
5. At least 5 tie wraps around that bike.
And converted it to a 5-finger brake lever by the looks of it.
Man, it's ugly, Chris.
It's pretty ugly. I'd be pretty dubious about squeezing out a lever pretty hard and going over a rear brake.
It's a lot of trust to put in zip ties. It does show the strength of zip ties though, doesn't it?
Can't beat a good zip tie.
Yeah, because he got back off the trails. But I'm just wondering, would you want to get back from the trails if you've got a look like that?
I don't know. I'd be covering that as I was riding into town.
I don't know if you do. I think if it looks that bad, maybe stay out in the woods.
So if you love the EMBN show, a really good way of supporting what we do is checking out the EMBN shop. Get quality merchandise like Martyn's wearing this cool hat. You could look as cool as him. Just be sure to check out the range. Lots of different products in there. Be sure to check it out.
Okay, time for the Bike Vault, V-O-L-T, not A-U.
Vault, I like it, I like it, I like it.
See what I've done there?
EMBN.
Looking forward to this, Chris?
I am. What have we got here then?
Right, first one this week is from Alan Gardner. He's in Cwmcarn in South Wales in the UK.
That's all been set on fire recently, hasn't it, with the heat?
Yeah, lots of fires up there recently. We're having some hot weather. That is a Specialized, looking very nice. What are you thinking, Chris? What are you giving?
I'm liking that. I like the background. Super nice.
A super nice quick. It's in there quick, blimey. Okay, next one. Andy Scothen in Dolby.
Lapierre Overvolt.
I'm not sure on this angle. I can't see enough. It's got a big old crud catcher in the way of the frame as well. It's distracting me. It's nice.
And energy.
It's nice.
Yeah, nice.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
You were going to pull that lever.
I was, wasn't I? You nearly caught me.
George Ortner in Sweden.
Levo.
Oh,
all black stealth.
That's
upturned tree.
Cool.
That is nice.
That's super nice.
Super
nice.
Nice.
Lovely light on that. Super nice. Ian Travel in La Clusaz.
Scott.
No,
not really.
It's not a great angle.
No.
Not a great angle. That's turning me down a little bit. That's a nice bike. Nice. Next up, Fantic.
Okay. We love this. Trials.
Yeah. If you've got a trials history, you know what we're on about. Fantic, Martin Milner in North Tahoe.
Got a background as well.
I tell you what, I love the Fantic. I really love the Fantic.
I love that colour as well. I've seen a yellow one as well. So
you just give it a super nice.
Super nice.
Fantics. It's a super nice. Okay. Wow. This is from Matt Pierce.
Homemade Bafang motor onto that as well, isn't it?
Mike, I'm not in love with this, Chris. Not in love with this.
Not too sure about the down tube mounted battery underneath.
But it's homemade, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that deserves some props, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can't give it a nice. It's got to be a super nice because
it's
made it
nice.
at home.
Nice.
If you baked a cake, you'd have given them a super nice. Well done. Right, okay, Michael Davies, custom paint on this one.
Canevo, look at that.
I tell you what, I like that because there's a lot of Specialized out there. So doing a bit of customisation's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, look at the shock and the forks all matching, stem, blues. I want to give that a super nice.
I can't help think he wants a Yeti.
Super nice.
It's a super nice. Well done, Michael. Next up, Randy Jacobs in Alaska.
Head angles, it's looking pretty funky, isn't it?
I don't know if something's happened to this shot, maybe, but it's
He's compressed it, or he's either ridden into a wall or something, or hit a wall.
Yeah, we're not sure what's happened, but it's nice.
Is he resting on a helmet? I can't quite see a rock.
That would be elite. You can't rest on helmets. You'd be out.
Gets uncomfortable.
Oh, next up, we have got a Merida. Sean O'Neill in Kittiatiri eMTB Park in New Zealand. I tell you what, that background, the berm is lovely.
Look at that.
That's got some lines into it.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one a super nice.
You could scrub over
super nice. Look at that.
Super nice. Next up,
wow. Tiny little lever.
Tiny.
Micro machine one.
Simone Attolini in Verona.
Christ, I wouldn't like to meet the guy that sits on that bench, would you?
Yeah, the chair's... Well, Steve, he's away, isn't he, this week? The chair's so big, it's distracting me from the bike. I can only give it a nice, Chris. I can only give it a nice. And that's it, we're out of the Bike Vault. What a vault it was.
That was pretty impressive.
Vault. It was good, wasn't it? I enjoyed it.
Loaded.
Now, do you want to get your bike in the bike vault? I knew you'd say yes. Send them in to hello@EMBN.com. We will take a look, try and get them in the vault. We do get lots, which is great.
Yeah, keep it coming in.
You might be able to get a super nice, and why wouldn't you? And as long as you don't put it next to a giant bench, you've got a good chance. So what are you looking forward to this week, Chris?
So on Sunday, we've got 27.5 versus 29 hardtail e-bikes. Me and Steve tested out those at the Forest of Dean. Amazing time, but so yeah, be sure to check that out.
Nice feature to look forward to. And you can stay with us here on EMBN by clicking just here, where you can see 6 street skills that Chris perfected and videoed, which is helpful.
Helps you out on the trails as well, so be sure to be practicing those. Also, be sure to check out Steve Jones' How Does Your Gearing Affect the Ability to Climb on Your E-Bike. It's a really good video. Check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah, that strange ball just there, that is a way of clicking and subscribing. If you hit that, it's like a gift we're giving you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, and we'll see you on the EMBN show next week.